Wow, that's very interesting, Winfrey. We talked about this yesterday, but you weren't here, and we said we're going to let you talk about it today. So Winfrey is big in pageantry, trying to help everybody who's got a passion for it exceed and excel inside of the business. People like myself. We talked about size plus models yesterday. Sorry, I was supposed to just gloss over that.
No, pageantry literally has a
I'm sorry.
Restriction?
Titi, you are welcome.
Restriction.
Titi, welcome, by the way. We didn't see you from earlier. Good to have you on.
Good morning, everyone.
So you were saying?
Okay, yeah. So, yeah, we're having the pageant conference on the 12th of August, which is actually 2 Saturdays from now, and it's happening at the Lagos Continental Hotel right here in Lagos. Okay, now, the fact that the venue is ours doesn't mean you should come without registering. So now it's strictly by invitation because we have really limited slots. So basically, the conference is a conference and a workshop. So normally, the Pageant Academy over time has literally put a lot of investments into grooming the next generation of beauty queens. The reason is because we have a lot of girls that are interested in these things, ages 18 to like 29, 30 sometimes, and all of that. But then again, not enough structure is actually here to groom them and make them, ready for this journey, locally and internationally. So we literally come together. We do bring like different coaches together. Like for this particular one, we'll literally be having etiquette being taught, public speaking being taught. We have Etta from TVC here. We have a number of coaches coming around and all of that. But I think the core of this conference is not just about the grooming parts. That is important, but now we're having pageant-related conversations. Now, the theme for the conference is the future of the Nigerian pageant industry, grooming the next generation of queens. So we're going to be having an organizers panel, we're going to be having a stakeholders panel, and a beauty queens panel to have these conversations. Now, at this point, I want to ask you guys, what do you guys actually think about the pageant industry? Because a lot of people believe it has a lot of potential, but a lot of people still don't necessarily think it's a big deal. So what do you guys think?
Can I jump in?
Please jump in, former beauty queen yourself.
Beauty queen.
Yeah.
A beauty.
Go on.
All right.
Okay, so I think, first of all, what you're doing is amazing. Grooming the next generation of beauty queens, helping to improve on an industry you were involved in multiple times is so impactful. So please, let's just, first of all, I know it's a long time coming and it's a dream for you. So you're putting together something that you really want to do.
Yeah.
That aside, I think the industry actually does need some help because I think they're now more reliant on, in quotes, social media to sort of push things along. They're not actually thinking about the ladies as much, or the pageant contestants as much, because I know that there are also male pageants as well.
Yeah.
There's a lot of money to be made in this industry because beauty, Nigerians are beautiful.
Yes.
Fine girls everywhere, and it's an opportunity for us to export beauty.
Yes.
So I think it's amazing. The industry does need some help, though. It needs some sort of structure, and hopefully this pageant conference will help.
You know, you actually said something that struck me or that resonated with me, which is structure. And I think there's no better time to do this than now, right? We're in an era where the pageantry industry in Africa is not exactly where it should be, especially for something that has been, in operations. We've been doing this for years.
Yes.
Since
We've
the
had
60s,
Miss World. Miss World has emanated from Africa.
From Nigeria.
Yeah, from Nigeria.
Yeah.
So I think it's a good thing. What's most important is building that structure, because even the youngins growing up or coming into that space should understand the need or the importance for building that sort of structure, learning the ethics. The ethics is very important, and most importantly, not just limiting themselves to beauty. Right?
Yeah.
There's so much you can do, even while in that space.
I was just watching you bunch of watercolor stock, but now it's my turn. I believe
oil paint. In fact, chalk.
Here's the thing,
Charcoal.
Congratulations, fantastic. I do feel left out, however. What's the theme again? Building the next generation
The future of the Nigerian pageants industry. Grooming the next generation of beauty queens.
Beauty who?
Queens.
What happened to the men? What about
Beauty the
us?
next generation, sorry.
My question, or rather my inclusion here is, it's not just, I see a lot of men who are very, very interested in pageantry as well. And I feel like and I might be wrong, I must be wrong, I'm hoping that I am. I feel like they're forced to bend into certain kinds of preference or fashion to fit in. There's a rise in androgynous dressing, which is okay. Don't get me wrong.
is old.
That's fantastic and
That
everything.
is old.
But this is, like I said, I must be wrong. It seems like because there's a lack of a platform for men pageantry, that's why they have to perhaps maybe try and see if they can infiltrate into
I
the
don't
female
think
categories.
so, Mazino,
I
because
must be wrong.
there are platforms for male
Then we need
pageantry.
people like Winfrey to actually help expose those platforms. So that
Oh, there
people-
are. There's Mr. Ideal Nigeria.
Yeah. Nigeria,
There's
we
Mr.
have
Macho now.
World. We
Yeah,
had
there's
a
yeah.
Macho not
And
long ago.
Mr.
And
Nigeria.
Mr. Nigeria.
Yeah, we have
So
Mr.
there
Nigeria.
are actually platforms for the men as well.
Is it just the I don't know,
I think-
preference thing?
No,
I think it's an
it's
individual
a
thing.
woman
It's a personality thing. The truth of it is
and
like,
it's the
if
lack
I'm
of
doing,
a six-pack, Mazina.
Sorry.
We'll talk about that. We'll talk about that.
So now I think in the end of everything, nobody has, the fact that the industry doesn't have a structure literally gives enough room for whoever wants to invest and mirror their persona or whatever into whatever they're doing. For instance, now I'm doing what I'm doing the way I want to do it. So if the people who are creating these platforms for the men are a certain way, it's only a no-brainer that they will actually do things that certain way. So it's now left, the onus is left on the men that want, people like yourself, that want to see that kind of platform for normal macho men.
Fantastic. Now,
Do that,
on
do
yesterday's show, we made
Yeah.
reference to plus-size models
Yeah.
as the,
Yeah.
a category and all. So, what about the men angle of this? Buddha belly daddies,
Yeah.
for instance, is a fashion statement. I don't have that much of a Buddha belly anymore. However, people stop shouting in my ear. Come on, stop it. People in the back, stop.
Let me stop you there, because there was someone that was on the show, I think on Monday, who talked about a pageant for over 50s, men over 50.
No, football.
Football.
That was
Was that
football.
football?
Yeah, that was
Pageant.
football.
Stick with the program, girl.
Really? It was football?
That was football.
No, because, but the thing is, yeah, it's people like that need to
Yeah.
come forward
Come forward
and
and do
organize
your thing,
platforms like that. So people of your age group, Mazino, why not just maybe start a WhatsApp group or Facebook
Make me
group?
sound so old. I don't
But
get
someone
this.
is doing something for
I mean, so talking about
Let's
plus
see.
size, there's a particular video of this plus sized model. She's not exactly plus sized, but according to the standards of the
Yeah.
beauty
More
industry,
curvy.
she is very plus sized and she's quite curvy.
right.
But she's
All right.
trending,
Ooh, ooh.
and it actually went, I mean,
Please.
viral.
So,
Yeah.
I
Plus
and Mike...
size
It's
Week is
amazing.
coming up.
I mean, I love the fact that these conversations are even starting off here.
I
So
got one
at
more
the
for you.
conference, this is what we're going to be talking about. These are conversations from the male
quick.
to plus size to inclusivity to gender.
Real quick,
and all of that.
your answers real quick, because this was an argument yesterday. I and Mike, the only gentlemen on the show yesterday with just Mary, we asked, is Mary a plus-size model?
I'm not going to
Plus
ask
size,
that question.
plus size.
We have to go on.
No,
it.
the-
No,
Please, guys.
you
We
must
are
ask.
going on a quick break now. The
This
show
is what happened.
continues shortly.
This is what happened yesterday.
The hashtag Wake Up Nigeria.
Register.
And please register.
What are you people
Past
scared of?
Bye.